Welcome back to the channel. So finally got the car through its NCT, so now it's road legal, I can drive it about. In this video I'm going to be doing a new intake manifold. So this is the manifold I'm going to be doing with a nice induction pipe. And here, this here inlet manifold is from a D16Y8, I believe. So it's a side exit one rather than on the EJ9 coming straight up. And it should have better airflow coming from here as coming out of this one compared to the stock. I'll show you the stock one. So you can see it just the throttle body is straight up here. And it goes straight up into this box where the air filter is, and then connecting pipes. So I'm going to be taking all that off and fitting the new side exit inlet manifold. Should have some better airflow coming from that, and it will just clean the inside a lot. So first I'm just going to do a little sound test so we can get a before and after of the sound difference. So I got the old intake off, so you can see the difference. That's the standard, and then this is the D16 one, so it's a bit bigger, and as well we have the coming through the side, and it's going to allow a lot more airflow. But to do this, I've got to switch a few things. So I'm going to be putting these original injectors into here, the injectors and fuel rail onto the D16. And then a few other little pieces. I may have to switch the throttle body. I'm not sure just yet, but I'll figure that out. And then I just got to figure out where all the connections will go and everything. But it's pretty straightforward, so I'm just going to go ahead and start switching the fuel rail and then work from there. So I figured out I've actually got to swap this throttle body. I've got to change this throttle body out for the standard because it has a different connection. So this here the D14 doesn't use, which is a air control valve. It uses something, not sure what it's called, but it's basically does the same thing, but it's a different connection onto it. So I've just got to take this throttle body off and place it on here, and then we take this here off, and then we're just gonna have to blank this spot down here because there'll be a hole, and then we just blank it off with a plate. So this is a standard one, and this is the D16 one. You can see the pulley is different, so I could either swap them around, or I'm pretty sure everything else is pretty much exactly the same. You can see exactly the same. So what I can do is, instead of messing with that, we can just take these 4 screws out on each and switch these around, and then we can just bolt this one back up. So that's probably what I'm going to do. So take this stock one off, put it onto here, and then we can mount this back up. Right, so pretty much got everything onto off here onto here now. So I'm gonna go ahead and start putting it back onto the car and try and line everything all up again. I do know this is a Pcv valve. This is the pipe for that, so we just gotta get a longer pipe so we can get it from here and then go all the way down into this hole to where the Pcv sits. Got pretty much everything on. Just these two sensor connectors need to be extended so they can go onto here, and then the one below it as well. So I've got to extend these two, but the rest have fitted. I need to just mount this down again, and then it's pretty much everything's on. So they got the cables all on. I used the original, and then I got to put the fuel line back in, and then we should be good. I don't have a pipe long enough to connect to here, so just gonna leave it blank for now, leave it as is, and then I'll get a pipe. I need a blank off here because that's not being used, and then the two pipes at the back need to be blanked for the air control valve. So yeah, pretty much almost done. Just gonna go ahead and extend these two cables, and then that should be all back together. everything's all back together apart from the Pcv valve, which I need a little joint, and everything else is all done. I extended these sensor cables and then wrapped them up and waterproofed them, and everything's all lined up. So I'm going to go and try and start and see if it will go. I borrowed a blue line from the Mazda, and yeah, it's pretty much everything, and it should start now, and we'll see if it starts up. Okay, so I took the manifold back off because the car was high idling and then it was hunting as well, so the revs were going up and down and I wasn't sure what it was. And then I had a look online, and there's two different kind of D16Y8 Y8 manifolds. I got the, I think it's 99 plus. You want to be getting the older ones from like 96 to 98, because the newer ones have air injection, and I'll show you. The new one here has these little ports, so it's air injection. I think I had a look online, and that's what they were saying, and they were saying you can block these 5 holes if you got the wrong one, and then it will be basically the same. So this would make sense because you can see these holes lead into the injectors. These little holes lead into the injectors, so then lots of air is getting in there, so then that'll be causing the high revs. So what I'm going to be doing is carefully putting some chemical weld on here on these little spots and try and make it flush, and I also may cut this here and then fill it with some weld, and then we should be good, and then we should be back to pretty much the same as the older versions. Once we plug these holes, there's 5 holes, there's 4 small holes, these 2, 4, and then 1 bigger hole you want to fill. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and fill these up, and hopefully that is the issue sorted. Right, so I've got the holes filled in, see if you can see. Yeah, and made sure it's indented a little bit so it's not popping out, so then it won't affect the gasket or anything like that. If there is, don't know if it will, but it's done anyway. You can see. So put my finger across. It doesn't touch. It doesn't. Yeah. So I'm gonna let that dry on the top as well. Cut the piece off and plugged it as well. So I'm just gonna let this sit overnight, and I'll come back and I'll be able to put it back onto the car. it's the next day now, and the chemical weld is all dried up, and you can see all the gaps and holes are filled, so hopefully that's the air leak sorted. So I'm going to go ahead and put this back under the car and start it up and see how it goes. Right, so that's pretty much everything sorted. You can see it sounds way better. It also feels a little bit more maybe responsive. Not sure how much that gains, but it does look way nicer, and I like the look of that. So that's about it. That's all I'm going to be doing in this video. The next video, I've actually just got my brand new exhaust system, which I'll be putting on the next video, and that will make it sound even nice. That will make it sound even better. So yeah, that's all I'm going to be doing, and thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.